Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream, man. I really mean that. Appreciate it. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? Thank you, brother. You and Michael Beach your life. NTZ crew, man. You guys, man, are phenomenal. You keep it civil around here. All my fourth quarter members. What's up, Jump Retarder? There's Raymond. I messaged you, Raymond, on WhatsApp. You know, you always keeping up with the gold price. I mean, the oil prices. Hell, it shot over 100. They must know something that we don't. All my old heads are W secrets to success. He said, Cal showing up today. Now that's the real nitty gritty, yeah. What's up, Q? Colin B. All my old heads. Nicholas Cherry. What's up, Sam McCall? You winning, of course. As usual. In Kaviti. Any new viewers and subscribers ready to be shocked today? Welcome. Y'all not hip to the nitty gritty. The realness of my channel. Y'all used to that strawberry fields forever shit. You ain't gonna get that from me. He said dip your balls into testing first. Anybody catching this on replay? The peso is 61.82. It's at an all-time low. The dollar's at an all-time high today. It's never been this high. Ever. They're talking 62 by the end of the month. Who knows by the end of the year if this war keeps going on, man. But it's a good time, like I said on that video, if you're thinking about making a major purchase. It ain't going to get this high anymore. We did some shopping in Elo, man. I like Elo. On my way back from Baraka, Maryland met me there. Things are they just seem so much cheaper now because I've been over here, man. I saw it at 41 pesos to the dollar during the lockdown. And also when I built this house, it was at 50, about 49, 50. So now imagine, it's almost 62. So yeah, it's time to shit. I get off the pot, guys, if you're going to do something. What's up, Kamal? I just started watching that last video of yours. You changed the name of your channel. I don't know what it is now. What's up, Richie? Rich, congratulations on your move, man. I wish I was in Manila. We would have stopped by. Yeah, the strawberry fields bullshit, man. You know we always have a topic. Today's topic is unprotected fun worth the risk. Is unprotected sex over here worth the risk? I'm talking about if you're not in a committed relationship. This is what we're going to talk about today. Because we all do it. But it's a hell of a risk that you take. I only know one guy, shout out to James, who tests every woman that he either thinking about being with or has been with. You could just get the STD test. I think it's like, he sent me the receipt. I want to say 1,000 pesos or something like that. But he also sent me the receipt where he ran all the tests on the lady. And it was 2,800. What's up, Confident Voice Speaks, man? Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate you. He said, what's up, Unc and the Sunshine Shows crew? He said, I'm back in the Philippines visiting my daughter and girlfriend. We're having her christening party. Yeah, so you know pesos are flying. Yeah, but it's a good time to have it, man. You know, Booby's birthday's next month. We're thinking about having a meet and greet, together with it since the dollar's so strong. What's up, Mopar? He said the pancake generation is diabolical. Yeah, this is stuff to come across my mind, but it's true. Even her forehead, and y'all know I'm telling the truth, a lot of them women over there, their forehead looks like a stack of pancakes. All that bitching and complaining, they go like that. They got all these damn layers in their damn head, trying to keep up with you, and you ain't even worrying about their own damn life, trying to keep their foot on your neck. Now realize if your foot's on my neck, you can't go anywhere either. Don't want to give up no sex or nothing over there. What's up, crazy black American? Did you know Dante McGinnis, crazy black American? Y'all around the same age. He was 56. He got killed, man. According to the news, it looked like it was a setup, man. They were gambling. After I was gambling at the liquor store, and two guys rushed in, started shooting, man. Killed him and injured 3 others. Then the CCTV caught one of the players going back for the money. The people didn't even shoot at him. So they're thinking it's a inside job. But y'all about the same age. He said it closed at 61.84 actually. He said, I'm on my way to the Philippines in 2 weeks. I love it that it's going higher. Best time for folks to prepay rent at these levels if you live in the Philippines. Yeah, and like the guy said over in Vietnam, and I'm always on this. If you're going to be here for 3 months, 6 months, man, you might as well do either hotel, talk to the sales department, and get a good rent. Get a good, price for 30 days. Or go Airbnb, man. Save on them old bullshit deposits that you're not going to get back, man. You're not going to get it back. He said, yeah, I'm ready to trademark the hairstyle. Oh, man, you got a hell of a hairstyle, brother. And you do it yourself. But, yeah, we're going to talk about the generation. Because this is the reason why we come over here and we let our guard down. See, men don't realize how weak we are when we get over here. Listen to this, guys. I'm 63, okay. When I retired over here, I was 55. So it says 20% of men 50 to 59 reported having no sex within the past year. About 50% of men 60 and older. Well, that means 100% of the men 50 and over who come over here haven't had any sex in the past year or not on a regular basis. So you're vulnerable, man. You're weak. And they know that. You don't realize, man, that you let your guard down. That's the crux of the problem. And it gives the reasons, you're unmarried, which is, you're not in a relationship, you're divorced, you a widow. Those are the main reasons. Then they give, health reasons. Some guys, are sick. But then the external reasons, man, the external fatigue is what they call it. Ask Marilyn, she'll tell you. I deal with that, man, supporting these grown-ass kids. And then a lot of you guys are working over there. But imagine a lot of you guys are 100% sexless. So, of course, you're frustrated. You can't get off. So then you come over here and a woman's ready to take you to heaven and you lose your damn mind. You don't know which way is up. This is the reason Filipinos want you to be the first. They want to be the first Filipino you deal with because they know you easy to break. She gonna break you. What's up, Sheldon? He said they want your money here in America too. Yeah, but they're not going to do anything though. See, that's the problem. Hell, I'd probably still be married if I was getting the face on a regular basis and the right kind of face. Hell, I'd have put up with all the bitching and complaining. I'd have self-handpicked. But that's the problem. They want to be fat and funky and still hold the pussy. Hold back on the pussy. Fuck that. No, no, not that. It's not that fast, man. No. Are you over here? You financial geniuses? It shot up, man, real quick. They don't cost a living. We own our house, so the rent ain't going up. Okay? If you built the same house that I built in 2021, it would cost you $16,193. I paid $20,000 for it. We did the math on the bus yesterday. And guys like, oh yeah, building materials went up, this and that. Look, guys, if you spend $2 million, 2 million pesos, sorry, for a house and lot over here, you're still paying $32,000 no matter what the building cost and all of that is. So if you're thinking about, you're saving $8,000, 20%. Okay? He said, I'll check with my folks back home. I'm sure that I'll know his face. Yeah, he was like a hustler, man, like one of them gangsters back in the day, you know. He had the cell phone, the big brick cell phone, and, you know, dressed real sharp. You know, I know his whole family. But it kind of shocked me, you know, when I found that out. Hey, what's up? But no, it ain't jumping up that fast, dude. Unless you over here, man, stop with all the foolishness. And then guys will say, oh, it hurts the Filipino. No, it doesn't. I give you the same example all the time. Don't you know that the English pound is worth more than the dollar? It don't affect your lifestyle in America, does it? Or your lifestyle over here in the Philippines. Okay? What's up, Pearl Graphics? But yeah, see, men don't realize when you go without sex for a long time, you're not in your right mind. Okay, imagine this. I put this on my community page. This came across my mind when I was walking today. Imagine taking Viagra just to beat off. That's a waste of Viagra, man. You guys is over there eating Viagra just to pound yourself. You're like, I ain't gonna let this Viagra go to waste. No one's taking Viagra just to masturbate, man. Y'all sick over there. The hell with that. I got out of there, man. Yeah. But I'm not going, you know, without it anymore. This is the fourth quarter. There's no fifth quarter. But the Filipino wants to be your first because she knows she can break you. Because if she know you've been with a Filipino before, your money's been depleted. You don't have the same amount of money. When I met Merlin, I didn't have the money I came over here with. Okay, and they know it's going to take much more to get you to listen because your sack is empty. You fat, you full, you satisfied. So she's going to have to go above and beyond what is necessary. But if you get the right one, like I did, they're willing to do it. Merlin can get anything I got. She know it. But if they had their druthers, they want a man who's never been with a Filipino before. They're searching for you, man, you know, because, man, I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay? He said, happy belated birthday, Unc. Who you talking? Not me. My birthday was in May. Booby's birthday is August. What's up, Sir Ron Alight? Hey, what's up, Roger? Yeah, man. You see, people have no idea the risk involved in what you can be exposed to. See, your focus is strictly on the hole between her legs. Okay? And in some cases, the hole in her face. Y'all not even worried about it, man. It happens so much over here that you think, what's wrong with men? Have they lost their mind? Do they realize that AIDS is just rampant over here, man? Even in a little place like St. Carlos City, man, the numbers is skyrocketing. Merlin tells me about it, man. And I'll be really shocked. Yeah, Richie Rich and Chang, yeah, they're some of my favorite people, man, over here in the Philippines, man. That's so funny. If y'all saw Richie Rich, if you saw them dancing at that casino, man, if they could have got that on camera, that would be 1,000,000 views, man. But yeah, see, we come over here and we don't realize how weak we are. You're very weak. And she throws it on you, man, because they're going to throw it on you. Okay, they're going to put it on you. And next thing you know, all your money's gone. You done got married. You wake up out of that fog and hell, you done bought the house and lot. You financing old bullshit rice selling business or piggery or some other bullshit that y'all be financing over here. Knowing you can't own a business on a tourist visa. He said, hell, after 24 hours in there, I'm ready to get it on. I'll take my chances with a conservative woman, but with a bar girl, man, that's really diabolical. Yeah, well, they going up in these bar girls, man. Go on these channels and where they talk to these bar girls and stuff. And they'll ask them, will you let a man go up in you without she said, yeah, they always asking me. And some of them having babies by these men. They going up in bar girls, guys. You guys have lost your mind. Yeah, I'd have self-hand-packed for the right face. He said the STD test results only show whether you are positive or negative at the time the test is performed. A negative result does not necessarily mean you are free of an STD. Yeah, but hell, we're not doing anything here. We just coming over here, plugging these holes, it's every man for himself. Man overboard. We jumping in. No life preserver. Look, we live in an age of information. For men to do that, I'm going to use Q's word, it's madness. But you guys over there in America who are going without sex, you sexless. 50% of American men are over 60 are sexless. So you got these prescriptions for Viagra, and you taking them just to beat off, man. That's diabolical. What's up, Brent? He said, depending on the Western woman, they want a minimum $200 date and no guarantees of intimacy. The problem is social media. They get big head from the 10 guys complimenting her on the social media. Yeah, I agree with you. But a cute face and big around the waist ain't going to get it anymore because of social media. They want what Sunshine Shoulders got. They want what Old Dog New Tricks has got and all those other old guys you see over here with these hot mamas. Yeah, you know I'm telling the truth. That's diabolical to chew on a damn Viagra just to beat off for 3 hours. He said, Viagra to pound yourself. This is the state of mind that we're in over there. Man, the lack of sex, man, will drive a man crazy. So then, the woman don't even have to have sex with you. All she has to do is tell you to promise it to you, and you lose your mind. Just raise up her skirt and say, yeah, this is yours. Just get here as soon as you can. What's that song by Yolanda Adams? I don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can. Railway. Airplane. He said, that's true because a Filipino can sell ice to an Eskimo. Oh, they're gonna get you. You think you special? Yeah, happy. Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Paul. It's my buddy, man. Paul's the real deal. I mean, for real. Yeah, he smokes like a broke chimney. But hell, it's his fourth quarter. You ain't gonna meet a better guy, man. I don't have nothing to gain by saying that. If you meet Paul over here, you'll see what I'm talking about. I really like Paul. He said the Typhoon Kiyapo is inside the par. Wow. Man, it rained so hard. We were at that new Starbucks in Iloilo. It's the nicest Starbucks I've ever been in. It's a standalone Starbucks. The 2 stories, man. It's brand spanking new with the drive-through, everything, man. I mean, it's really nice. It was right across from where we were staying. We were staying in the Vita Towers. And it started raining so hard, man, you couldn't see outside. We were just right across the street. Believe it or not, we had to get a Grab. It was 80 pesos. Yeah, you got to get up out of there. He's got to get up out of that province, man. He said, I wonder which city has the highest rate of Manila. Probably. He said, when did we lose our power with women here in America? It has a lot to do with, it's been chipping away since the 70s, man. That feminist movement, you know, women forgot their role. And then, you know, even before that, really like World War II, when the men was fighting, the women had to leave the house to go to work. Now, and then when you come back from the battlefield, she's at work and she comes home, she's tired. And it just went downhill from there. I mean, it's good women over there, man, but like I said, the man just said it. If you got 10 guys telling Big Susie how nice looking she is, even Big Susie then got unreasonable. He said, I think men get caught up in their beauty when they look at bar girls. They forget about the danger that lay between those legs. Yeah, and just we always talk about how desperate we are when we come over here, but we never give any numbers, guys. Listen to this. 20% of men 50 to 59, that's you guys watching me now, reported having no sex within the past year. So that means it's 100% of you when you come over here. Otherwise, why would you come here? Why would you come 8,000 miles for? If you got everything you want over there, you lying. This is why guys are so frustrated. You know, in the comments and stuff. You know, 100% of you come over here and then you get turned out. But at the same time, you get transformed. I'm not the typical 63-year-old man that you're going to see in America. I'm 10 feet tall over here. Merlin got me feeling like I'm $1 million over here. I'm not Paul over here. I still got it going on over here. I mean, I'm Paul to my grandkids, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to work and coming back home and that's it. Going to church on Sunday, sitting on the front row. That's the life of a 63-year-old man over there, typically. 50% of y'all sexless. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. He says, based on the latest data from the Philippine Department of Health, the Philippines is currently diagnosing about 1,500 to 1,600 new HIV cases each month. And see, that's madness. But on the flip side of that, 85 to 90% of it are men, young men, from 15 to 34. Okay? But remember, some of them are undercover. Okay, they screwing these gay men as a hustle to get money. And then they go home and give it to their wives, and then they break up, and then she meets you on the dating site. You know, I wish this were true for a lot of us, but I guarantee you, man, I would say 99% of the men who come over here to meet a woman and the woman's at that airport, they're playing Russian roulette with their dick. He says, I don't care how fine she looks, I'm never going to play Russian roulette with my dick. You know, once it's different when you're in a committed relationship, okay? But, you know, like I said, man, I've been coming over for 17 years. I've only met one guy. This guy is sharp, man. But he's like, look, man, it's all about self-preservation. Because you'll be shocked, man. He's shown me results of some of these women he sent to the doctor. They look normal on the outside, man, but they've got vagina warts that you can't see. You're not going to get down there. Let me see. What's down there? They got UTI and different things like that. But yeah, we kept getting that warning from the State Department, right? Like every day we was getting that same warning. Marco Rubio's here for that ASEAN conference. And these guys are nothing but con men. You know what he told Marcos? And they so happy over here. They're so proud. It was on the news. President Trump thinks very highly of you. That's not a compliment, by the way. But he eats it up. He's eating it up. Imagine what a decrepit, devil that gives you a compliment like that. I'll be like, dude, I don't want you to even let the world know you know me. He said, Cal, one thing to make sure is to tell them the condoms here aren't the same. They're smaller. Bring your own from home that you know fit. Yeah, and remember we living in a Catholic society over here, so even if they got them over here, they're old. They're old. They're going to break. And there's no telling how old they are. Because they're just not going to use them. The Catholic Church is against, protection and condoms and stuff like that. They rather you die of AIDS. He said, man overboard. Yeah. What's up, Swiss girl? He said, no, that's foul. Yeah. But this is what they do, man. They get those Viagra's and what else do they get? They got so many now, but it's really like only like 4 FDA approved medicines out there for that. But they got a lot of other stuff. But Cialis is one, Viagra. It's only like 4 because I looked them up and they have that ingredient. They all got that same ingredient. It gets you high. It don't really do nothing for you up here. But imagine how sick and desperate you must be just to take a Viagra to beat off. You're like, well, hell, and get you a damn bucket of popcorn because I got 3 hours of pleasure. Yeah, they're trying to do that. It's just sickening right here. Sharing information, knowing good well Israel is stealing our information anyway. He said all the men around me here in Dallas, Texas, are not having any sex if they're over 60. And they feel like they're too good to pay for sex. Well, I'm paying for it. Yeah, see, this is the thing. We don't like the choices we've got. If we can't get a 10 over there, we rather just pound ourselves. This is the problem. Remember, we're part of the pancake generation, man. If I'm dealing with a 63-year-old woman, a 60-year-old woman in America, her forehead looks like a stack of pancakes. Her neck looks like a stack of pancakes. Her back, her stomach, her legs, she just looks like she eats pancakes all damn day. Like, don't you eat anything else? Go on a damn diet. The IHOP Society. But they think they all that because, like the man said, you got Deacon Club Cheeks, he turn it up at church. It used to be, if you're cute in the face and big around the waist, at least she's cute. That's not good enough anymore, man. They want, because guys always tell me, I want my Merlin. I was like, well, ain't number one Merlin. He said, I see guys on forums excited for Raw Dog on Soy 6 with a new, yeah, it's crazy. And then they'll lie and say, yeah, well, I got an inside connection. We know the bar girls that just got here. Excuse me. Yeah, right. You're a lie. Okay? You're lying. He said, I don't think we've lost power with women. What we've done is giving women all of our power. Well, yeah, the expectations, man. Women are going to choose you anyway. They're going to choose who they want. And what are they saying? That 90% of the women are choosing that same 10% of the men. That's the problem right there. Okay, so then when you find a woman who really don't want to be with you, but she don't want to be lonely, she's not going to give you the pussy. She's not going to give you the face. She's not going to do nothing but bitch and complain all the time. Okay? He said, did you tell Big Susie how beautiful a stack of pancakes look? Yeah, and then, the big backs, man. The big backs at one time were winning. I don't know about now. It's been so long since I've been in America. But hell, they were winning. That's how I was in the club. Them big back women. With their damn high heels turned over to the side like this in the back. They can't even hold them up. Something's going on. He says, is it possible to be oversexed? No, but you can certainly be undersexed. He said, thanks, guys. I'm so glad I came to the Philippines. Life is so much better. Well, the hardest thing is deciding what to have for dinner, yeah. And it does your ego good to get the attention, but we need to be careful. Yeah, but we're up against it, man, when we come over here, man. Sex is the strongest emotion. And then when you mix it with love or lust, yeah, you done. You can't. You have no idea what you're up against. But you guys come over here. I ain't listening to these vloggers and this and that. Man, you walk into a minefield, man. You ain't got nothing on these young women over here, man. I promise you. You come over here after not having sex in the past year and you meet somebody like Marilyn. Y'all seen how she works out, look at, and she y'all go to the beach and she puts the bikini on. You done, man. You're going to give up everything you got. By the time the fog lifts, you don't know what you've done. You don't know what you bought, what you've given away, what you've agreed to. He said, yeah, so 63% of the men in the U.S. are jag-offs. I don't know. I'm just going by what the people are saying here. The people whose job it is, who keeps up with this stuff. Really, dick watchers is what they are. But these are professional dick watchers. They get paid to watch dicks and ask you the questions. Hey, what's up, Chang? He said, hey, Cal, Chang here. I think Rich may have been put on timeout by accident. I just wanted to give you a heads up in case it wasn't intentional. Okay, thanks, and hope you're having a great stream. I think, yeah, see, I'm on my computer, so I know I didn't do it, but yeah. We want to apologize. I don't see, it didn't pop up, though. He said, yeah, condoms are expired there in many of the pharmacies. Yeah, they are. He said he doesn't like Trump, honestly, but he plays along because they're in a weak position. Yeah, when I seen Marco Rubio say that, man, and he's getting to the point where he's just being unbearable too. All of them. I can't watch him. I was trying to watch that Senate grilling of Hexel. He lied so much, and just it's a shame. It should be a crime that these people you're under oath and they won't answer the questions. This tells you, man, that nothing's gonna happen to them. They're protecting each other, even the people answering the questions. Like you know good and well, you're not gonna do anything to these people. You're putting them through all of that, and you're gonna give them that $80-something billion anyway. Just like you approved that's this last um military Pentagon bill. Yeah, he said them things would kill you. Yeah, yeah, all of that. Man, when Viagra and all that first came out, like in the late 90s, a lot of my friends were dying, man. They didn't even need it. They were just taking it, because, they want to beat the woman up and end up dying. Heart attacks and stuff. The blood pressure was raised so high. But it's so many of them out here now. She said, and by the way, I make sure Rich gets his daily 3-piece, yeah, so he doesn't go out to the bars or clubs. Because you're smart. Okay? If I'm a woman and I really have a good man, this is what I tell Filipinos all the time. You better take good care of him. You better hold on to him because you know this, Shane. The dating pool that y'all have to choose from, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah. Yeah, Chang is the real deal. She ain't playing. Yeah, but see, he said, yeah, let's be thankful we won the geographical lottery. Otherwise, Big Shirley's would be our norm. It is, man, because honestly, the women who look halfway decent, they want the same men. They chasing after the same men. So what's left, we're like, we don't want you, lady. You know, what's up, Rashard? Thanks for that super chat. He said, you deserve your flowers. You've been warning men not to be like Mr. Alexander. And now he's the joke of the travel movement right now. Men everywhere use Michael Alexander as a teaching moment. Well, see, I was ahead of my time. I interviewed this guy a long time ago. But y'all ate him up in the comment section so bad that he asked me to take the video down. So I took it down. I left it on my members only. But then he comes back and goes at Zoom to Thailand. And then has his channel of his own and all of that stuff. I'm like, well, dude, why did you tell me to take it down? Why did you agree to it in the first place? If you and my members only go watch that video, man, some men just never learn, guys. That's all I'm saying. Because according to him, he lost over 150,000 to the stripper in Chicago. She put him through the ringer. That's his words, not mine. I don't know him. But I was just kind of shocked when he said, hey, can you take that down? I'm like, dude, this is YouTube. You can't pay attention to those people in the comments. They'll never meet you. But now here he comes back. I wish him the best. But I'm just saying, I took it down. He said, yeah, the dating pool in the West, yeah, forget about it. Yeah, it's unreasonable. And that's why a lot of men are going with that. I just didn't know it was as bad as it is. He says, dating and engaging in unprotected sex with bar workers or hospitality attendants in the Philippines carries a significant risk of HIV transmission. And a whole lot of other stuff. You can catch stuff, man, besides HIV, gonorrhea, and all of that stuff. I mean, just the nastiness. These women, man, they're just basically taking a shower on the outside. So when you lay down, she's not stinking. She ain't washing inside of them walls. 5 minutes before you inside of her, some other man is inside of her. You know, your damn sperm cells is playing patty cake in there with his. It's best to get into a committed relationship, but you got to do your part over here. See? You got to take care of your woman. And guys are coming over here, they want to get everything on the cheap. Well, you can't do that. If you treat your woman so good that she feels guilty, for not taking care of you, now you're onto something. And it don't take a smidgen of what it takes over there, but now you got to take care of the woman. See? That's why I don't have any problems. He says, your woman ever tried to smell your Johnson after being out late at night? I wonder if this is normal. Well, they don't have to do that. They've got you down to a science cue. She knows how long it takes for you to come and all that stuff. Take too long than you normally take. And you're in a committed relationship. And y'all screwing on a regular basis. She knows when your 3 minutes is up. If you take 7 to 9 minutes, she's like, yeah, this fool and fuck somebody else. They're not stupid. They already know. They've got it timed, man. They know. They don't have to smell it. Yeah, he said, like they say, you take yourself wherever you go. This guy is a brilliant filmmaker, guys. He sent me a link to his video he made. He's talking about the comedy scene in Chicago. It's one of the best I've seen. It's so interesting, man. And he's talking about how it split down racial lines. And, Chicago's like that anyway. But, man, I'm not saying, I'm not glazing the man. I'm not capping. He's a filmmaker is what this guy is. And he made a video. It was real acclaimed. It had Godfrey on there. It had a bunch of, I didn't know so many comedians were from Chicago. He talked to a lot of them. Yeah, you're in there playing patty. They in there playing patty cake. Hell, you jump in there so quick, his sperm cells are still alive in there. So, this is all I'm saying. You guys are crazy doing that, man. He said you should start putting a weight agreement in marriage contracts. Yeah. He said Big Shirley can still get that good love and people be hating. Yeah, well, you can have all the Big Shirleys you want, man. I don't like the smell. You got that sweat that's caught up in those rolls, those pancake rolls, and then it mixes with that old cheap perfume they got. And then her damn titties is where her stomach should be. Her stomach is where her knees should be. She ain't got no damn knees. You can have all that. And you got to push all that up. It's too much work for me, man. I'm sorry. It's too much work. I'm retired. Okay? I retired from work. Okay? I'm sorry. So you can have all them old fat ass women over there. Flat, her ass looks like a pancake. Flat, there ain't no shape. Yeah, that's the average. The average man is 3 to 7 minutes. That's it. It ain't no, that's nature, guys. Sex is for procreation. It ain't for some type of show and all of that. We've turned it into something else. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I got this down. I didn't even mention it, but I'm glad you mentioned it. He said, Uncle, how was your overall experience in Baraka? Did you do anything different this time around? I relaxed. I love Baraka. I just told Marilyn, yeah, she'll tell you. When the kids get out of school, we're going to stay there a whole month, man. I love Baraka. I mean, I didn't go on the other side like I planned on, but 4 nights is just not enough time. But now, my overall experience is always good there, except in 2019, guys. Listen, it was so crowded that I promised myself I would never go back. This was before the pandemic. It was February of 2019. I mean, it was just too. I was like, I'm never coming back to this place. It's too crowded. In the D Mall, the restaurants, whatever you was trying to do, you in a long line. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to deal with all that. Yeah, they can have it that. Okay, yeah, it's too much work for me. And I retired. So y'all can go on with that big Shirley stuff. Go ahead. They the ones that want to fight you too. They gonna want to fight you. He said, what if Merlin wanted to work? Would you be okay with that? Yeah, I would be okay with that. I feel like I can't let he can't let my woman work. I would rather take care of her and her mom. Well, something you have to do, something you have to realize, young Fresh Global Travel. You're a young man. You got to understand this. Your woman's young. Don't take away that ability of service from her. That does something to us. See? She eventually is going to resent you for that. Okay, she can't do anything. See, when I met Marilyn already had a long career as a bookkeeper and all that. She'd already established herself. You got a young woman who's never felt that good feeling of doing something for herself, pulling herself up by her bootstraps, and seeing a plan come together. I'm telling you now, I'm warning you now. Don't take that from her, man. She's gonna resent you for it. Yeah, but this is just facts. He said, Cal, your description of Shirley's is cracking me up. But this is true. Yeah, I don't like that smell. My God. I remember one time I was with a big Shirley because she used to pay me. This is when I was drinking and getting high, so the money came in good. But I mean, she was a good payer. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't earn the money that time, man. I lifted those legs up, man, and that smell hit me. I've never smelled that before. It was the worst smell I've ever smelled. I mean, I went from this to that within seconds, and I couldn't even fake it anymore. I just played like I was asleep, man. I mean, you don't want that, okay? See, me and Merlin we love to travel, man. And, she's a good travel companion, but, we got kids. Man, if that wasn't the case, because I was watching a video by Austin Holloman earlier, and him and his girl traveling around. And I would love to do that, but, we got a family, man. We got to plan that stuff way in advance. And see, they don't miss me, but they'll miss Merlin. I mean, Merlin's just gone one day. They miss her. And I don't want to put that kind of stress on her mother, even though her mother wouldn't care. She loves the kids, but he said, I think I'm going to start to travel more in the near future. There's so much more to see over here. It is. It really is, man. We haven't even been to Palawan. We haven't been to Puerto Galera. We haven't so much. Raymond's been going to some off the beaten path places that are really beautiful. He sends me the pictures and videos and stuff. Masasa Beach. You guys have never heard of that before. Man, you can't go to these. You can't see everything here. But we would probably, where just Merlin and myself, man, we'd be spending months in Vietnam, months in Thailand. We'd make a slow roll around like, what's his name, Vagabond Awakes, like him and his woman do. That's what me and Merlin would do. Man, I ain't going back to the States, man. No time soon. Okay. I've had my share of them, man. I don't want any more. That they're angry because they low self esteem, and I'm not fat shaming anybody. I'm just telling you, everybody's got a preference. I like a woman who's in shape, man. I tell Merlin all the time, it's like you look better now than when I met you. That's what keeps me going. I don't want. I don't want a big woman like that. He said, Calvin and Big Show, yeah, they gonna get you. He said, kids are expensive, not only in America, but in the Philippines too. He said, man, baby milk alone is expensive. Yeah. But that's the thing you have to understand. When you have children, we did shopping for the kids because, on Friday they wear regular school clothes. And we bought them some nice stuff. We always do. But that's part of it, man. When I was growing up, my mother gave us all the love, but we didn't have a whole lot of material stuff. I remember I was in the Boy Scouts, man, just for 1 week. This is 1974. I'll never forget it. As long as I'm alive. It was only $5 for the whole week of camp. Man, my mother didn't have it. My mother's priorities are in order. Her priorities have always been in order. She's like, no, I ain't got no $5 for you to be going to no damn Boy Scout camp. Man, I cried for 2 days, man. I never forgot that. All my friends went. $5, man. That's all it would have took. He said, Cal, I want and encourage y'all to work, mainly because I've already provided the Western essentials. I tell her if she wants something more, then she should pay for it. She did that with the food stall. Yeah, guys don't realize, man, when you take away that ability of service from people, man, you don't want to do that for your kids. You certainly don't want to do that for your wife. Let her have a little job somewhere. Or create a job for her. Like you did with you built that food stall. Okay? But I'm telling you, man, women will eventually resent you for that. Merlin loved her job, but they just ran her to death, man. And then once she had Booby, it was like, nah, you got to take care of Booby. But she had already had a career. Merlin was 38 when she had Booby, so, it's not like she was 23 or 24 like a lot of these women that y'all dealing with, or we deal with when we first get over here. We don't even give them a chance to establish a career. You're making a mistake, man. You're making a mistake. Because more than likely, young, fresh global travel, if that's probably not the first Filipino you've dealt with. I want to shout out my buddy Frank Tate, who gives a lot of knowledge. But here's one thing I forgot to mention on that video yesterday. He put it in the comments. He said, Cal, don't forget to tell these guys that no matter what visa you're on over here, you can be deported and lose everything. See, this is stuff we got to keep in the back of our mind, guys. We front loading these relationships and stuff. Okay, we're spending all this money when we don't have any skins in the game right in the beginning. And he reminded me, he said, Cal, remind those guys, I don't care if you do have an SRV, if you do have a 13A, whatever visa you got, you can be deported and lose it all. And man, I was like, dude, I should pin that. I should pin that. I'm going to go back and pin that comment. because we never think about this. We never think about that. If you deport it, you lose it all. Now you can you appeal that? Yeah, you can appeal your deportation. And depending on what you know the reasons were, you know. He said, yeah, Paul K will be there in maybe a couple of months. We'll be glad to see you all. Yeah, you will like Paul, man. Frank. I mean, not Frank. Roger. Y'all right along the same line. Yeah, right. Come on, man. You guys. Find somewhere else to play, guys. He said, the way how I see it, if you don't want your woman to work, be prepared to look after her family with no complaints. Well, he said her and the mother, but I'm going to tell you now because guys don't really believe this. The first relationship you enter into over here is not going to work. Okay, so now, you know, you've been with the girl 3 or 4 years. You don't want her to work. Now all of a sudden you're not there. Now what? You done showed her this Western lifestyle and she ain't going to be able to maintain it. That makes her even more desperate. He said, yeah, $5 back in the day. Yeah, it was big money. Of course, you know, like I said, my mother's priorities was, you know, she didn't care. And, you know, that it hurt my feelings. She knew I was going to get over it. This is what I was telling y'all in the video yesterday. Stop saying yes when you really mean no. We're afraid of disappointing these women. You know, Richie Rich said, because guys are afraid to lose these women. They'll get over it, man. They'll get over it. And my mother knew that. And of course, I did get over it. He said, I was trying to find out how to spend it. He said, when it was in my birthday card, yeah, it was a lot of money back then. Hell, $1. Man, I remember Big Macs, I believe were either 50 cents or $1. I can't remember, but that was expensive. I remember the very first Big Mac. Let's see. What year would that have been? It had to be, I probably was 10 years old. And the guy, you know, who was dating my sister, you know, trying to impress her, he had took her to McDonald's and got a Big Mac and bought it to our house, man. It wasn't the Big Mac that they got today, that's for sure. He said, I'm tossing my woman out the workforce for the simple fact she never had a job, so it's hard for her to appreciate what I'm doing. See, this is all I'm saying. But let her do something that she can be proud of on her own. If you're not going to let her work, then create a job for her then. Don't just let her sit back, man. She going to hate you for that, guys. I know it sounds good. Okay. Yeah, Frank, that's a great comment he made. A great reminder that I don't give a damn what visa you got. If you get deported, you lose everything anyway. What's up, Obi-Wan to know me? He says, if you have your woman not work and then leave a croak, you just screwed her family with a crazy way of thinking. Yeah, you're making her helpless with that way of thinking. Yeah, see, we're bringing our Western thinking over here, which is all we've got for right now. But you got to come over here and try to understand the way they think, the way they move over here. And yeah, that might be good for a couple of years. She might enjoy it. But a young woman like that, I think his woman, he says like 25. Man, your woman's going to hate you, man. Not being able to do nothing on her own. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of marriage. You ain't a permanent citizen here. You damn right. You can get deported for any damn thing over here. And you lose it all. But remember, I got skins in the game. I never built this. Everything that I do is I don't do it with the intent of ownership. I do it to enjoy it. This is my fourth quarter. My daughter's here. She needs a place to live. She needs transportation back and forth to school. I'm going to give her the best that I can give her as long as I'm alive. Okay? So if they deport me, I just start over somewhere else. I'm good at starting over. He said, yeah, John quit the work from home call center job. They were running underground for pennies. Well, I know Stephen and Bea over in Vietnam, I think they started their channel back. She got a great job. I think she's getting paid American wages. She's got some type of, it's not a call center. She works for a company, but it's from her house. If you can get a Filipino job like that, they winning, man. They winning all the way around. Okay. And like I said, I don't compare myself to other people, but you look at they like, man, they win. I've met them here. I met them in Vietnam. Yeah, they're winning. See, this is the thing where you have to do some, think outside the box. Get your woman a job working for an American company. Hell, if she's earning, man, imagine if you could get your woman a job over here making minimum wage, American minimum wage, $7.25 or whatever it is per hour. I'm saying, shit. He says, L. Shelton. Yeah, first won't work, guys. Yeah, and I know people they don't believe that. Yeah, the early 70s. Yeah, Whoppers were $1 for years through the 90s. Yeah, because they've fallen out of favor. Now they're back to the regular price. But yeah, I remember the Big Mac, man. I still remember that 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I mean, they beat that into your head. I grew up in an era where the advertisements and the jingles became more famous than the product. That's why they stopped doing it. But I remember he bought that Big Mac over there, man. We were thrilled. I'm telling you, man, we grew up, man, a simple lifestyle. A friend of mine, may he rest in peace. He had won a lawsuit. A couple of his fingers got cut off on his job. He got a lot of money back then. I believe he died. He committed suicide, I want to say, in 1972. But he had a brand new Eldorado. I remember he brought over a little 9-inch color television with a remote, man. You're talking about 1972? He left it over our house about a week, man. When he came and got that thing, man, we cried, man. We used to watch the football games and everything. He said the first relationship is not going to work. What's the best way of thinking to go into your first relationship? It's just a wait and see type of thing. We rush into it, Passport X. We're just saying, okay, take your time. If it works, it works. If it don't, you haven't, spent all that money and your heart's not in it. Every time I tell somebody that, they don't believe it until it happens to them. Oh, it's so good. Everything's going so well. And for one reason or the other, it doesn't work out. Hey, what's up, Q? Thanks for that super chat. He said the first one worked out with me. No, you lying then. You said you met women before. You said you had a woman before. But anyway, he said the first one worked out with me, maybe because I followed the Sunshine Show's manuscript on how to vet properly. Maybe guys just don't listen. But you're not out of the woods yet. You're still on your honeymoon, man. But congratulations, man. We wish you nothing but luck. But hell, you told us you had been with women before. He said, one of Peach's nephews works here. Nice. For an insurance company in Alabama. Man, I tell you, you get a job working for an American company. He said, we had the best music. Yeah, cars, family, everything. Yeah, man, I tell people all the time, but the good old times, the good old days are now, really. If you're still alive, but boy, those memories are so sweet back in the day. He said, I like easy TJ. I don't know what you're talking about right here. He said, T Marsh, but you got lucky and got a good one, Cal says. It's okay if you only get a small one, like a 1 to 2 million, not the expat thing, or 10 to 20 mil. And some guys just go overboard. Yeah, see, this is the crazy thing about it. But remember, all we have is our Western thinking. We don't even give ourselves time to get acclimated over here. We just run off that. And they come over and they build those big houses. Believe it or not, man, there's a house not far from me. You know how much they want for it? Okay, it's on a 240 square meter lot, which our lot is 230. And the house is 180 square meters up and down. They want 15 million pesos for that house. And I'm like, who's going to buy that house? Nobody's going to buy that house. I'm talking about it's just right over here, right behind me. Crazy. He said, I think it'll be about 3 million after it's all done. Well, see, 3 million, that's not even going to be 50,000. What? Good luck getting a $50,000 house over in America. This is where I say the Philippines, the cost of living is lower over here. People just don't know what they're doing, man. He said, yeah, now I understand why those old timers were always reminiscing about the past. Yeah, those were the good old days, but the good old days are now. But the memories are sweet. Okay, he says, I was chatting with many Filipinos, but the first one I actually met was my current wife. Yeah, and the overwhelming majority of women you meet on those dating sites are going to be good women. But for some reason, a lot of people, okay, ask Paul right here. Now, when I met him, he had a nice woman, come from a good family, everything. I don't even know if it was the first one. Okay. But he had a nice woman. Had a job, still working, professional. They're not together anymore. He said the Whopper Big Mac meal here in the Philippines is $4 and the Marlboros are $3 and a bottle of Coke 60 cents. And you get so much more here for your money, same stuff. Yeah, when people say, oh, it's expensive in the Philippines, I'm like, well, what are you buying? He said there's beach property for sale in my wife's hometown that's for sale now for $15 million. Yeah, see, some of this stuff is crazy. I love the China. This house back here, I don't know how they'll ever sell it. But Merlin says it's because of the realty company that's in charge of selling it. They always jack the price way up. Well, they need to bring it down, okay, because no one's going to pay that. Okay. What would that be? 250,000 US dollars? Crazy. He said, even as an 80s baby, I agree the 60s inspired the hairstyle. Yeah, I grew up in the 70s. I was born in 63. By the time I can remember the first grade because the Vietnam War was going on. And every morning, our teacher would have the television on. Miss Mitchell, my first grade teacher, and the war would be on the news. But I grew up in the 70s, man. It was just a great times, man. Simple times. He said the Whopper meal now, wow. $19.87. That's crazy. But yeah, let's kind of get back to what we were talking about. The guy says, it's crazy that you would have to tell grown men in 2026 not to go up in a woman raw. And I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But you don't know the Philippines are the type of men who come over here to the Philippines. What condition we're in mentally. You would think you wouldn't have to even bring that up. But that's the norm. The exception would be somebody going up in the woman with a rubber, because a guy today in the comments under my video today, he said, yeah, well, the woman I'm with, she said that Filipinos feel that you think they're dirty and nasty, and that's if you want to put on a rubber. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 242,000, yeah. Well, now, eventually I may, but he says, Unc, you plan on going to Malaysia to see what the hype's about. Well, a friend of mine, he said it was too Americanized for him. I've never been. I haven't even, Vietnam right now is my spot. I'm going to go back. I'm going to run that. I'm going to keep running that back until I get sick of that. And then I'll probably go back to Thailand, because I really didn't get to see enough of Thailand. Malaysia and those places, they just a little bit further, because eventually I want to see Singapore. He said, trust me, Cal's house will be $100,000 to $150,000 in the U.S. easy. He paid $20,000, and some of the real estate companies here go in with the price. Yeah, 50% more than what it will sell for. As Filipinos haggle, we don't. Yeah, see, this is what they're going to do. And it's just more commission for them, but I don't see how they're going to sell that house. When y'all know You Dirty Puppy who comes on here. Remember I did a video on his house? And he lives in South Villa, the real nice subdivision. His house that he built sits on a 170 square meter lot, and it's 160 square meters a house. He paid $6 million total for it. Why they think they're going to get $15 million and stand alone? Well, Margarita Village, this is what this is, extension. It's an undeveloped subdivision. I don't know what they thinking. They must know something I know. And he didn't hold any expense on that house he built. Y'all see it? Go on my channel and see it, where I'm talking about he's trying to break the cycle of poverty in her family. He said, you'll love Singapore, Cal. I spent a year there and loved it. Well, what's your name was there? That's where he works. Confident Voice speaks. He likes it there. He said, what's up, Cal and the Sunshine Shoulders crew? You will like Vietnam. I just got back from Da Nang. Yeah, we went to Ho Chi Minh City. Man, it's been 5 months, man, believe it or not. Me and Merlin, we were on the boat yesterday talking about that. Something came up. She was watching something, and it came up. It's like, wow, 5 months ago? Yeah. He said, we just got the designs back for our property, and man, I'm ready to tear it up. I'm currently making revisions. I would keep it simple, Q. I wouldn't build something fancy, man. If you see my house, if you see the floor plan, you come in, you got the living room and dining room together. You got the bathroom here, our bedroom, and then the kids' bedroom. That's it. On one level, I think this is going to sound real small in America. But over here, it's not, man. I promise you, man, this house is not small. Anybody's ever been over here. We got plenty breathing room. My house is about 650 square feet. And you think, Cal, it's not, man. My house in America, when I was married, altogether, it was 3,700 square foot. It was a ranch house. It was a ranch style house, 22 square meters at the top. Then I had a 1,500 square meter basement, which I went ahead and fixed it up. But I would only stay in my bedroom. I wouldn't go anywhere else. It's basically the same here. Most of the time I'm spending here if I'm not outside. I eat in here. I let them eat. Now, that's their area out there. And if anybody's been in my bedroom, I got a big bedroom, man. We got a king size bed now. We still got plenty of room. I just don't see the point spending all that money. It's just to pump your chest, really. I don't get it, man. Some of these guys just going overboard. Imagine that guy spent $220 million for that house down in Dumageddon. I don't know if he sold it or not. Has he sold it? Is there an update on that? Right now that would be 220 million. Crazy. What's up, Cho Marie? He says, I was in Ho Chi Minh City for a month this year. I'll be returning for 3 to explore more. Yo, we spent 2 weeks. It's not enough. It's not enough. I loved Ho Chi Minh City. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, like I said, I would be there, man, but I got too many responsibilities over. I got my daughter here, man. I cannot leave Booby. For the summer, though, we'd probably spend a month there, a month in Boracay. I want to show them a lot of stuff. They really enjoyed our time in Metro Manila. He said, yo, Cal, your Boracay videos were top notch. Me and my wife want to go there next year for my birthday. When's the best time to go when it's not too hot? Yeah, I'm bringing sand to the beach. Well, hell, that's the best time to go to Boracay with somebody. Merlin didn't want to come because she had just left. Now, I love Boracay as a couple. But really, okay, May is the hottest time. Summer here is like March to April. No, March to May, the end of May. But the only problem is every year around that time, they got that algae that comes in. It cleans. It's a natural cleansing process that I was told. Because we went there before. When I took Merlin and the kids, we went and that algae was there. And I was like, what is this? And they broke it down and told me. Then I looked it up. So yeah, I would go somewhere around but see, if you go normally this time, Anthony, it's real windy and rainy. That's why they had them screens up. So I would say anywhere from November to February. But yeah, you'll like it. Well, how much you plan on spending on that? He said, I'm going with a U-shaped design with 6 master suites, 3 on each wing. Okay, then he says, turn it into an Airbnb and event space. But here's the problem, though. When you're out there in the province, if you're really in the province. Okay, now imagine a place like St. Carlos City, which is not the province. It's more modern than your place. The very first time I came here, a woman had a nice Airbnb. Okay, of course, the pandemic shut it down. But she said, no, I'm not going to be reopening it because this is not a tourist area. I can't get enough business, which I bet you she regrets that now. But this was before Sunshine Shoulders, to justify me reopening up my Airbnb. There's very few Airbnbs here. I would not do an Airbnb. It's going to be empty. What do you think people are going to come there for, Q? Now, if I'm in Cebu, if I'm in Boracay, if I'm in Manila, Iloilo, any of these expat alley cities, Angeles City, Butuan, Davao, General Santos, Zamboanga, where people are coming and going on a regular basis, yeah, I'm doing Airbnb. But because you're in the Philippines, man, you better rethink that. You better do a business plan. Okay, thanks, brother. Okay, he says, yeah, Cal, at Thomas True. He said, we got 600 square feet. What's it? What are you saying? 1, 2, 3 story house with a master bedroom, balcony, western bathroom, full kitchen, decent sized living room, and made room for additions if we want, around 1.5 million. When you in America, you think 650 square meters, man, that's small. It's really not, man. And when I built the guest house, that's my third bedroom and second bath. And remember, we got basically this house is built on 180 square meters. I got 50 square meters in front of my gate. So we got room to move around. Yeah, but what part of Central Luzon? Are you saying it's booming? I mean, before you realize Airbnb is a business, man. You need to do a business plan. Don't just waste your money like that. Yeah, they're not going. He's dreaming. See, he won't listen to the numbers. Would tell you, man. You got to do your demographics. How many people are coming there? How many people are going to be able to afford your product that you're trying to sell over there? It'd be different if your rooms were $10 or $15 a night. You talking about master suites? You talking about spending millions and millions of dollars? You mean skinny? Who's skinny puppy? You mean you dirty puppy? The man? Yeah, he doesn't understand what he's talking about. And ain't no foreigners coming there. Ain't no booming in no Central Luzon. Central Luzon is Typhoon Alley. I wouldn't be on the Airbnb there. There's nobody gonna come there. But I guess, build it, they'll come. But I would say keep it simple, man. He said, I've been in the Philippines over 15 years. I'm planning to go to Vietnam as well. He said, thanks for speaking the truth. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm just speaking my truth, really. I can only tell people what I'm seeing, living, and experiencing. I don't make up shit over here. I'm not one of them guys that make up these topics and stuff all the time. I talk about real life stuff. That way you don't have to lie. You start making up these topics and stuff, you're going to run out of content. And you're going to start lying. Yeah, I don't remember Skinny Puppy. Dirty Puppy, I believe he's still got a business over there in America, and I believe his mother's still alive. So he goes back and forth. But he built a nice house right around the corner from me. Yeah, I'm just saying, do your homework, man. Don't just talk about your building 6 master suites. And you only got that one little bathroom you done built out there? That's all I'm saying. You've already showed on your channel you building that one little bathroom. Why are you building that? But yeah, when I want y'all to think about something. When I talk about Filipinos want you to be, she wants to be the first Filipino you deal with, because She knows that once you be with a Filipino, okay, they know the Filipino you was with rocked your world. You fat, you satisfied, and your money's depleted. You don't have as much money now as you did before. You spent a lot on her. And she knows it's going to be hard to break you. She's got to go above and beyond normal, what it would normally take, which is nothing. All they have to do is go, whoo, and you done, because hell, you've been without sex for at least a year, and then you see what's waiting for you over here. It's easy to see why people lose their mind and throw their common sense out the window. I get it. I'm over here, man. I've seen it. I've been in your shoes before. But when you try to tell guys, they don't want to listen. They thought some guy was in my comments, oh yeah, you need to stop telling grown men what to do. Dude, I said on the video that I can't tell grown men what to do. These guys be commenting strictly on the title. I clearly said that in that video, but I can't tell grown men what to do. You're going to do whatever you want to do. And this is part of the problem. You have no idea how weak you are when you come over here. Man, it's tough. It's tough, man. When you see that girl waiting like that, you know she's going to do everything. Okay? Oh, he said wrong dude from another channel. Hey, what's up, Kevin? See, y'all don't know what you're up against. You think you know. Man, if the wrong woman's waiting for you at that airport, you in big trouble, man. You in big trouble. What's up, Phil? It's a good friend of mine. He came to the meet and greet in Manila. You know that place is closed down, man. That Drive restaurant, sports bar restaurant. Craig Fan sent me a picture where we had the meet and greet. That place is closed. It was in a great mall, but I didn't really care for the food for real. He said, what's up, Cal? Glad you made it back safely. Hey, Central Luzon would be Manila area and north of that. Angeles and so on. I'm not sure that's a booming area you want to build a big place at. Well, thank you. This is what I'm telling him. And certainly where he lives, I mean, what are people, what's the attraction there? Do you live close to a beach, Q? Or you think people just going to sit there and rent your place and look at them? I saw where your place is. And look at them damn woods and stuff. And listen to them damn, what do you call them things that make the noise? He said, I can vouch for what's been said. 600 square meters is plenty good size for a home. His Cal's home's very spacious. Yeah, I got it. Okay, what's up, Coach Jay? Yeah, you've been here before. It is, man. You know, I got a 650 square foot house. And this guy's big. He's what how tall are you, Jay? 6'4"? This is a guy who, if you guys can thank him for the True Girls, he almost got me in trouble when he bought Jim over here. And Jim was at the top of her game then. Okay? Had on that damn tennis skirt. Now Maryland's about to kick all of us out of the damn house. Hey, boo-hey! Here, take this out there. Wait, I gotta cut it on. Yeah, Jim was looking like a 10. But this is the guy, how's your son doing, man? He's in the, he's a UFC fighter or something, right? An MMA. He's kicking butt, too. Bye. But yeah, man, when you coming back over here, man? Are you over here again? Well, his wife is here, but he goes back and forth. I think he's from Utah. I mean, he's legit. You dirty puppy is. A lot of these guys you meet, man, they be phony, man. But the guys that's in this community, man, they're legitimate. They're authentic. He said over there slinging their seed around because the YouTube is telling them it's easy to pick up women and walk away. Yeah, that's crazy to do that, though. Meanwhile, they're not wearing protection and spreading disease. Yeah. Like I said, I would love to see the numbers. You know, that this is the information we need. I saw a video of a young woman, young black woman, beautiful woman, who's documenting her age journey. I would love for somebody to come forward here and say, yeah, I caught it. You know, okay, you've already got it. But you could save so many other people. You know, they're not going to listen, until it happens to them. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was saying, yeah, Cal, I was one of those guys, because a lot of these guys, they come over here, they like these lady boys. But see, those little men, it's men who is spreading the fastest. Young Filipino men from 15 to 34. 85 to 90% of the new cases are them. And they're over here, dealing with lady boys. But yeah, that's why I'm telling you that if you in a committed relationship, man, you need to be careful. He said, I live near a tourist area. Yeah, but what? What is the tourist area you live near? Who's your competition? You should watch and see how full their restaurants and hotels are and Airbnbs are. Give me the name of your place. Let me put it in there. Let me find out how many Airbnbs is in your area and what the cost is. You ain't done none of that, Q. It just sounds like a good idea to you. This is how you end up losing your money. Dude, if you don't have a business plan, I'm telling you for facts, you might as well just take a far to your money and burn it up. He said, that's why I pay at the hole like I pay at the pump. A girlfriend is more expensive and all the attitude that comes with it. Yeah, it just depends on who you are, man. It's a lot of Johns that come over here. I'm a Joe. I can't work on the clock. My imagination is just too crazy, man. I'm already thinking, even though I don't know the woman, I don't know how many men she's with, I'm already thinking, who was you with 5 minutes ago? And just, I don't know. I just can't work on the clock, man. I don't know. And then I want it more. I can't afford to go to the bar 2 or 3 times a day. Because it's not cheap. So Snatcher, be honest now. See, you guys are making people think that, it's 500 pesos. Oh, it's 200 pesos. You know it's expensive, man. The women ain't putting themselves out there for nothing. Certainly if you're getting them from the bar. Joseph Rutherford said it's 5,000 to 10,000 in Angeles City. So just say it's 2,500. And you do that 4 times a week. See, that's not enough for me. I got to do it 2. Really, I'm in a situation where if it stands up, she's going to knock it down. So imagine if I got that same attitude and I'm trying to go to the bar. Man, I'm going to go broke. A lot of the guys who go broke over here, they're dealing in these bars, man. It's too expensive. And you're going to say it's more expensive? No, it's not more expensive having a regular girlfriend because every peso I'm spending, I'm benefiting from it. Okay? I'm not from that school of thought. Yeah, I'm taking care of my woman because you with me. But no. With my appetite, ain't no way. I got to get up at 6 in the morning, take a shower, put on all my clothes, and go out on the stroll looking for somebody when I can have a woman laying right next to me. Now, I know it's clean. I know who she was with 5 minutes ago, me. But it's just a choice, man. My appetite is too big for. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford being in the bars. And then not only are you gotta buy drinks and all of that. He says, being from the States, I got big. I had made big rooms. My master bath is way too big for me and my girlfriend. Well, the only mistake I made in the guest house was, okay, I never really looked at the plan. We handed it to her brother. He built it to perfection. But they're going to do exactly what you asked them to do. They're not going to deviate. Remember, that's one of the problems over here. Nobody has any power, any decision making, because he should have cut that bathroom in half over there. Oh, we really need it. I've got a full-size bathroom in there. That place is only 15 square meters. I guarantee you the bathroom is 5 square meters probably. He said, I was reading the Bloomberg report today. They said the U.S. is investing $100 million, 4,000-acre high-tech industrial hub on Luzon Island, focusing on the Luzon economic corridor. Yeah, what are they going to build? I mean, is it going to be some type of AI stuff? Well, Luzon is already booming, but it just depends on what part of Luzon. Metro Manila is Luzon, guys. It's already booming. But you got to understand something. I don't care. Look at all these businesses failing in these booming areas around the world because they don't have a real business plan. I can guarantee you the $100 million they're spending, they got the top-notch business plan. We're just thinking, oh, it's a good idea. It sounds good. Yeah, they had a major impact. They were before their time, really. Now it's exploded. Every woman that's a Filipina, that in the world has got a channel now. I just think that the true girls were naive. They really didn't. They were too honest. They wasn't as cold-blooded as these women out here, man. The women who are really going for the money, all of these vloggers that you see, they're fucking somebody, okay? They're just not telling you. See, they're being very, quiet about it because it's all about money. Some of these women, if you know, man, it would shock you to who they're dealing with. They're being sneaky about it. But the true girls wasn't like that. They was like, yeah, I got somebody. And it hurt them. Because people knew I don't have a chance with her. So why am I even listening? Well, all they had to do was keep that thing going like that. Yeah, already closed. Yeah, that's a shame. Now, he doesn't understand. See, this was a booming business. In a booming area in the Rockwell mall, owned by Rockwell. That power plant mall. Right in the middle of Makati. And it failed, Young Fresh Global Travel, Q, and anybody else. You got to have the right product and you got to have the right business plan. Otherwise, man, it's going to sound like a good idea. You better know what you're doing. And you better have the right visa. Yeah, he said, already closed. That's a shame. He said, I built a 5-bedroom in northern Luzon. Looking back, are overbuilt, too big. I don't need it all. I wish I could do it again. My 1,000 square property is fine. Yeah. See, you do have a big place. You got what, 1,000 square meter lot? You know, you've been to my house before, Philip. You got a gigantic house. I believe you have 5 bedrooms, if I'm not mistaken. Swimming pool and everything like that, but you're right on the beach. I don't think you would have as hard of a problem selling your property as some of these other people because you're right there on that beach. Okay, yeah, I saw that. We saw that 3 years ago. That's going to be nice. He said, yeah, but I do things differently. I know you would because that's a gigantic place you got. He said the bigger the rooms, the more materials you got to buy. Yeah, materials are getting expensive over here. How long has it been since you started building your house, Thomas? And who's building your house? Are you part of it or you got a builder? Yeah, but this isn't all of a sudden, Q. These are the ones with the YouTube channels. Man, go back in my channel years ago. I told y'all this was happening. He said, why are old white women moving to the Philippines all of a sudden? I came across 3 videos yesterday about them selling everything and moving. These are just the ones on video. Man, I told y'all this a long time ago. Women and gays, a lot of gay men, this has become their place now. I've been seeing a lot of white women over here, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I was like, well, she's an environmentalist. Or maybe she's religious. You know, she's a religious, you know, those people that go around, what do they call those people? Or maybe she's in college right now. They're living here. They're dating and marrying men. They're selling everything in America because they got a fourth quarter too. Okay? And no, this isn't nothing new, Q. This is just what you're seeing on the videos. Go to Sikihor, places like that, Surigao, and all those places. You'll see them because they tend to move around these beaches and stuff. They tend to look at a place like the Philippines as like this tropical paradise that men, for some reason, don't get. Y'all don't understand, man. The Philippines is a tropical paradise. You guys need to take off your white gloves. I don't know. This isn't America. Y'all trying to make this place like America and England and France and all that. It's not. He said maybe because it's cheaper than moving to Florida. And remember, women think differently than men. See, a woman can come over here, ain't even looking for a relationship, and live out her best life. I remember KT. Remember the story of KT? He's over in Vietnam. He said, Cal, his first 2 or 3 years he was in Vietnam. He said, I only dealt with foreign women. He said, I didn't even deal with Vietnamese women. And I said, why? He said, because they was easy pickings. Wasn't nobody trying to date them. Nobody was interested in them. And he said he showed interest in them. He said he had his pick of the litter. But they don't even be thinking on the same level we're thinking. They be like, hell, I'm going over here with $400 rent. I'm paying $2,000 here. And they'll recreate their whole life. And then a lot of them, you know, they've got them jobs, them remote jobs that y'all sleeping on over there. They've got them. Well, but I don't understand then. What are you talking about? He says, I don't do the bar, girl. So you do freelancers? Is that what you do? You're paying for it, right? You get it when you want it, yeah, when you pay for it. But I'm just saying it's to each his own. I'm not knocking you, Soul Snatch. I'm saying that my appetite, I would go broke. There's no way I could do that. Not with my appetite, man. He says cheaper to stick with one. Bouncing around is costly unless you make a deal with one from the bar as a regular. Yeah, it would still be something like what? Those women are earning a lot more money than we give them credit for. Okay, here. Where's Marilla? Outside? These women are earning a whole lot more money than what you guys are giving them credit for. That's why when you see them guys in Thailand, different places, they renting these women, they paying them $1,000 a month or something like that. And all they got is a woman to look at shit. My $1,000 go a whole lot further. No, I'm not through. You know, see, you guys don't understand, man, something. This is a walk show. This is a talk show, James Reese. You come over and do what I did. I shut the fuck up. Put some respect on me, man. You don't know me. You guys come on here, man, then you want to put the laughing emojis on there. Okay? Fucker, you couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Stupid ass fool. Go play on somebody else's channel. Okay? Don't play on my channel. We trying to help each other here. You ain't done shit over here. Come over here and accomplish what I've accomplished. I've been over here for almost 8 years. You still over there buying Viagra just to jack off. Ain't got 2 fucking pesos to rub against. But you on my channel trying to sneak diss somebody. You guys are clowns. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you, man, Richie Rich put me on to Italianis, right? I never really considered it. But we went Ilo, so we at the mall, so it was like, I don't want to eat at Fridays, even though we eventually did eat there. I said, let's try this Italianis and see what it's about. Man, it was good. The food, man, the service is excellent. The food is hot. It's delicious. And you're not going to sit there waiting all day for your order. And they had some of the best mango calamansi juice you ever want to taste. Man, yeah. People who talk about, oh, it's the food in the Philippines, they're lying, man. They're lying, guys. I never had a problem with food here. All of these expat alleys have great access to food. Okay? Absolutely I have. Several. I've got a business now. Did you realize I still, even though I'm not an active insurance agent, I still get renewals every month. That's my insurance business that I started in 2006 when I left my, I was a captive agent, and I went out on my own. I got a legitimate. Okay, one time I had an LLC. Yeah, I've written business plans before. I took a course in 2002, right after the 9/11. So yeah, it was 2002 because I ended up getting my insurance agent in 2000, my insurance license in 2003. I took a 6-week course, Q, on writing a business plan. A business plan is no joke, man. It's not simple. It's just having an idea. But it would be different because you're not looking for financing, but it's still the same principle. You're just going to waste your money. I know what you got to do, man. You got to shadow your competition. Why would you want to open a business if the businesses just like yours are not doing so well? Then they're going to want to know, well, what are you going to do that's going to make your business, put your business out in front of theirs? Okay, all that stuff is in your head. Now, they want to see it in writing. What's your plan B? What if the Airbnb business isn't going so good? Do you got a restaurant on site? Are you going to be selling something? What are you going to do to keep the money coming in? Okay. But yeah, I'm not afraid to say, when you hear people say, oh yeah, he's whipped and this and that, he's a simp. This is because they're not getting anything. Okay. A successful man, just because I can get it anytime I want it, any way I want it, doesn't mean I'm whipped. It doesn't mean I'm a simp, you stupid fool. It means I got it going on. I'm living my best life. What's the goal? I don't even waste my time talking to you guys. Y'all pitiful, man. Y'all really pitiful. This is why the problem with Western men, certainly in America, you immature, okay? Hey, no man, Archer, thanks for that super chat. He said, look at the spring break USA, like 25,000 confirmed STDs. Yeah, it's just the same thing that's happening around the world, really. When people are, I don't even want to say naive. We know better. People are just nasty. But no, it's not 80%. I know that Manila is 25%. It's 25% of the people in the Philippines live in Manila. 20%. 20%. And then he's going to use my words. Pushy. Come on, man. You what do they call that? Yeah, that's a pretty good sized lot. Yeah, missionaries. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. No, they're living over here, man. He said, yeah, true, I'm on the beach, but it's too big. I mean, it suits all the family of my wife, so yeah, when they come. But again, I would do things differently. I downsize for sure. Your place is perfect. Yeah, I already knew, Philip. I didn't want some big place. Arthur, he's a real good friend of mine now. When my first meeting with him, he came with some extravagant plan, twice the size of this. I was like, look, dude, first of all, I can't afford that. Here's what I got. If you want to work with me, can you come back with this 1 million pesos? If you can, we'll do business. You got to realize this is during the lockdown, during the pandemic. Nobody's working, nothing. And he came back, man. I told him, I said, look, if you do me right, I'm going to document this. I'm going to get you business. And to his credit, he did it. No, they can make it. They just have a choice, Q. You got to understand, man, America's not the standard. It really never was the standard. Okay, that's propaganda, man. You got to realize in America, we're only 4%, about 4 to 5% of the Earth's population. That was storytelling over there. That's propaganda, man. America wasn't always the standard. I mean, it's not the standard. Hey, what's up, Big Mike? Yeah, but you don't want to have it. You don't want to have it. That's for sure. Well, no, he's just a hater. He's just a hater. These guys are jealous, man. When there's no reason to be jealous. We talk about this all the time, Ray. The pie's big enough. I mean, the pie. Literally the pie. Then you're going to use my word. You're going to plagiarize me trying to hate on me. Talking about the pushy. You know good and well, that's the Sunshine Show's vocabulary. Okay? And boy, am I happy. I'm happy. Okay? Like I said, when she met me, she knew that I'd already been with a Filipina. So she knew she had to go above and beyond. And my woman surely does that. But hell, You got to understand something. You wouldn't understand if you're not getting that type of treatment. You're just sitting there, like I said, you're loving dicks, James, playing with yourself. Even if it's your own dick, you loving dicks now. He said, free game, I'm bringing my Starlink Mini with me to the Philippines to test it while in Boracay. Very excited, startup costs, and everything's not that much. It can fit in my book bag. Rest in peace, pocket Wi-Fi. That'd be a good idea. But, I didn't have any problems with my Wi-Fi in Boracay. Now, I wasn't working there now. But uploading videos and stuff like that, yeah, he's a clown. Yeah, he says, yeah, magic. Yeah, but I'm saying, who wants to deal with magic? I mean, if you're a woman and you know he got it, even though he got money. You don't know what people are dealing with, though, Frank. You don't want that, man. You want to be well. You don't want that stuff because anything can jump out. Remember, you can live with HIV. You ain't going to live with AIDS. Once it turns into AIDS, you're a goner. Okay? HIV and AIDS are different. In your former comment, you said AIDS. Now, people ain't living with AIDS longer. Once it goes into AIDS, you a goner, okay? HIV can lay dormant. Yeah. Yeah, he says always smucks who don't show their face. Yeah, just incel cowards. Yeah. But I'm not ashamed to say it, hell. Yeah, he's an armchair bandit. Yeah, it is great food, man. We don't have a problem, man. Getting no food here, but people say it. The only thing about Jerry's Grill, it's not consistent in all the locations. The one in Dumaghetti's crap. Okay? I'm just going to say it. The one in Dumaghetti's crap. Now, the one in Cebu and SM Mall is good. But everywhere you go is different. I can't get any consistency. Yeah, magic came out. Yeah, but I'm saying, I don't want that in my body. Thank you, man. Okay, he says, 11 years successful Airbnb owner. Now listen to him, Q. Y'all exchange information. He can help you. He said you just have to look to see if other Airbnbs in your area and how full their calendars are. Yeah, see, this is what I told him. But he's not going to do that. He's not going to shadow anything. He just come up with this idea like we do over here, or the Filipina does. A piggery. Oh, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, we just start out with a male and a female. Then they have 10. Then we sell those 10. And then we do it again. Yeah, right. And then your family starts eating half of them. Have the other half die. They get sick. Because they got that African swine flu over here that's killing a lot of them. Where Jeffrey Taylor's girl lives, 100% of the swine have that flu. They're strict here. When you get off the boat and anywhere, man, they looking through your stuff. You can't bring any pork into Negros Occidental. It has to be raised here. That's why sometimes there's no bacon, there's no nothing here, man. They don't play. But yeah, this is just basic stuff right here. Yeah, this Italianese is good, man. I mean, it ain't no joke. Yeah, he doesn't understand. And he doesn't realize that the Airbnb would be the best thing to do, okay? Because of this. If I'm going to have any type of brick and mortar business, it's going to be an Airbnb. That way I can be behind the scenes. Otherwise, they're not going to spend with you. And you're taking a great risk. Okay, they don't play fare the same over here as they do in other places. They may see you taking food off their table, they'll burn your business down. They'll kill you in some cases. Okay? Yeah, Luzon, yeah, that's the biggest island. And then Mindanao and then Samar. Yeah, see, here's the thing. He says we have a nice spot that sells beer, pizza, burgers, but he still can't get enough business over there. He's trying to sell it now. I'm not trying to open up any type of restaurant in the Philippines at all. I'm sorry. It would have to be something else. It's just too many. It's too much competition. This is why a lot of the places, these big companies, they've gotten smart. Like Texas Roadhouse is owned. They own Italiani. They own TGI Fridays. The same people own them, and then they'll put them right next to each other. So they're going to get it one way or the other. You don't know that. You don't know that they're owned by the same people. A lot of these restaurants, so whenever you see a KFC, you usually, in the mall, you're usually going to see a Pizza Hut next to it, and then a Dairy Queen next to it, because the same people own it, guys. Okay? If you're going to own a food business in the Philippines, you better be on top of it. Okay, you got to have more skins in the game than just one standalone place. Good luck. He said, I don't know why he messed with Yeah. They need to go play somewhere, man. We over here trying to help each other. That's okay. That's okay. Then what do you like to get something for free? I'm 63 years old. What makes you think that some woman's going to run up to me, some woman, half my age? This is the problem. You guys want to come over and try to get something for nothing. You can't get something for nothing at home. And then it's just like anything else over here. It's going to cost you less. You got to pay one way or the other. Come on, guys. Okay? No matter where you go, no money, no honey. But I've turned it around. No honey, no money. You show me what you're about first. Yeah. Well, I'll give you anything. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's an unspoken agreement. But for all you guys to think that you're not going, what woman wants to be with a broke-ass man? That's what I don't understand. What woman is going to, they always talk about they want a woman that's submissive. What woman in her right mind is going to submit to a broke-ass man? Come on, guys. Y'all guys are foolish, man. What's up, Cisco? These guys are crazy. Oh, now here we go. Is he part of the Hayden crew? Like that guy was making a big deal. Everybody's got to be a simp. But you can't do what I've done. Okay? That's all I'm trying to tell you. You guys are haters. You don't know nothing about me. Yeah, he said, yeah, that's swine flu strikes. He said, yeah, then swine flu strikes. Yeah. They got a good ass business plan, but then they'll sell sorry store. And it's 100 right in the row of them. And they know you done financed it. Man, ain't nobody, you're going to give away all that credit. You're never going to get the money back. He said, Bahar is a pork band too. I can't bring it in on a boat or plane. Yeah, man. That's the worst business. He said, I can offer help to clear out that piggery. Yeah. He said, girl I'm dealing with in Thailand thinks I'm dumb, suggesting I build a house on her dad's land and invest in 300,000 baht into a restaurant she wants. So interesting how others have plans with your money. But see, you can look right through that, Sam. You can see right through that. I'm not doing anything if I don't have the right visa anyway. And then I'm still being reluctant. I know my limits because I don't care how good you got it going on. See, that's another thing they can do. They don't have to kill you. They can just get you deported and you lose everything. They don't have to kill you anymore. Okay, he said, yeah, we just ate at Jerry's Grill on Monday in Houston. Yeah, that's different though. That Jerry's over there. They under different, the FDA and all that. But yeah, the one in SM City and Cebu is good. I've eaten at the one in Ayala. But the one in Dumaghetti's crap. I mean, it's just so terrible, man. I guess because the cooks, if I'm a restaurant, I'm gonna pay my cook if I don't pay nobody else. Okay, because if you got good food, people are gonna come, man. That Morning Glory Grill, I'm telling you, man, it's always gonna be successful. You see, they've expanded now. I haven't been back because when the guy sent me the picture, I'm like, is that the same Morning Glory Grill? Yeah, they built it. They got upstairs now because the food is on the money. I don't care how good the plan is. If you ain't got the right cook, you doomed. He said the biggest problem with Airbnb in the U.S. is finding cleaners. But I don't think that would be a problem in the Philippines. It wouldn't. A lot of these Airbnbs in these condominiums, what they'll do is they'll hire, say for instance, they may have 5 places. They'll hire 1 or 2 people, probably pay them 400 or 500 pesos a day to clean them. Yeah, and see, this is what I'm saying. So, but over here people don't know that. Ahan G, he says, yep, Yum Brands owns Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, and some Papa John's. They just think, oh, should I go to KFC or should I go to Pizza Hut? Well, they're going to get your money anyway. He said Pizza Hut was just sold by Yum Brand. Well, I don't know about over here, though. Yeah, these guys, man. I don't even pay any attention to them anymore. Okay? We all pay. It's only these old guys from, it's Gen X came out the baby boomers, or was it Gen Z? Who comes after that? The millennials. These are the ones they're crazy. They watch too much social media and stuff. And look at the vlogs and the podcasts of these guys. It's all gossip. I'm like, but they're getting paid, but that's the era they're in. Yeah, they said if the Airbnb don't work, then I'll just live there. 6 master suites? Why don't you start out different? Yeah, he don't say yes, guys, when you really mean no. Okay, get the stepping, lady. See, once you get to know the woman, you can see right through it. See, Marilyn, all Marilyn wanted. I asked Marilyn before we even thought about building a house, like, what kind of house did you want? Because she was thinking, I just want a place of my own. She says, I just want 1 room and a CR for me and my girls to call our own. That's all she wanted. She didn't ask for this. I didn't even ask for this. Do you really think that for $20,000 with my Western thinking that I was going to get this? I'm thinking I'm going to get something like over there. Esmeralda, I tell her, I said, yeah, I have. When he started building that thing up like that, I was like, what? Whoa, hold on. I was shocked. I had no idea, man. Yeah, they moved out of Louisville, though. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Q. I don't know a lot about that case, man. You know, when you deal with them cases like that, they'll have your head hurt. You know, the media over there, you can't believe anything in the media, guys. Stay off that news, man. Let that thing work out. I would not watch the news. The mainstream media is so disappointing in America right now. Certainly with this war. It's a shame, man, what's going on with this war. They just aren't giving you the facts. They aren't giving you the truth, man. So they're not going to give you the truth on anything else. It's only going to split and divide you. You know, hopefully they'll investigate that and get down to what happened to him. You know, I don't fool with that stuff. He said, oh, your big Shirley roast is your finest work. I'm just telling you how I feel. The guy got on here and said, hey, okay, there's guys who love Big Shirley. They got good loving. Okay, I said you can have it. I don't want it. You know, she might give you some face, but she gonna want to fight you too. Wow, he said the Jerry's Grill in Artesia, California, is kind of similar to the one in Moore. However, the one in California is 3.5 times the price. Now, this is facts right here. Okay, Deputy Tattle reminded me of Pizza Hut. Okay, he said, Cal, when you in Manila, he said, you need to try the Pizza Hut because I forgot about Pizza Hut as far as pizza, right? I'm like, Pizza Hut? So when I went to Grand Venice Mall, the Venice Grand Mall, and I'm staying in that residence, right on the corners of Pizza Hut. Man, that pizza was so delicious. The whole time I was there, I ate Pizza Hut. I know it's gonna shock you guys in America. Y'all don't put no respect on Pizza Hut. But if you're looking for pizza over here, man, it's good, man. I had the one with everything on it. It's just, the small one. It's only like 400 pesos. Man, you talking about, it's so delicious. I couldn't believe it. Ask Jeffrey Tat. I sent them a picture. Wow. He says 125 to 300 for a flip of an Airbnb in my town if you include linens. Damn. Woo-wee. Yeah, you don't have that problem over here. See, but Q ain't figured none of that out. He ain't figured none of that out because he's thinking, well, I'll just have a family do it. Well, you better hope they're cleaning those places right, Q. Because Airbnb goes by that rating system. Okay, that's another thing you need to go and see the Airbnbs in your area, what they're offering, what they don't offer. Because we was in an Airbnb for 3 nights there. It had everything you needed. It wasn't the fanciest place. It was clean. It had everything you needed. So, of course, I gave it a 5-star rating. It was the location was great. It had the fast Wi-Fi. It had free Netflix. Coffee maker. It had 2 different coffee makers. It had the microwave, the toaster. It even had complimentary rice, pasta, coffee. It had everything you needed. Real towels. Not them old cheap-ass towels that a lot of these Airbnbs have when you get out of the shower and you dry off. You got lint all over you. See, you got competition out there. You got to know what a good Airbnb is and what a bad one is. Because that's going to make you or break you. This place is fully booked every single day of the month because he puts the work in. He said, yeah. Wow. Yeah, he said Jerry's Grill in Houston is also expensive. He said I spent 170 for four. Now here, you're probably going to spend about a fourth of that for four people. You're probably going to spend around 2,500. You're probably going to spend about $40 or something like that, because the main meal is going to be what, about 300 or 400, something like that, and then it's the drinks that get you. You know, the drinks is going to get you. Hell, the drinks in Italiani is almost as much as the damn uh, main courses. They got a main course during lunch. We didn't buy it though. It's $3.85. Hell, the damn mango and calamansi tea drink is $1.85. Yeah, these guys, they don't know, man. I'm not dealing with it. Yeah, that Supreme is what I'm talking about. But I don't get the pan. It's the one bigger than the pan. The pan is only $165. But man, you talk about good pizza. That's some of the best pizza in the Philippines because the crust is crunchy. It goes right with that cheese and everything. You know, they going with the Pizza Hut brand. I forgotten all about Pizza Hut. Yeah. You see, this is 100% true right here. As far as it come in the Philippines, okay. If you can give her stability over the last 7 years, man, she can't have it any better. She may think she can, but in her mind, she knows she can't. She's got it as good as she'll ever have it. Okay, period. And when you do that, you don't have to worry about what you're gonna get. But if you over here skimping and trying to be a player and no money, no honey type of attitude, you ain't got nothing coming, man. You ain't got nothing coming. Yeah, man, but I'm gonna tell you something. He said gas prices are going up and down. Once this thing goes full bore again, okay, because Iran is talking about targeting those ships. If they start targeting those ships, we're lucky the gas is still $4 a gallon over there. I don't know how the U.S. keeps it down so low anyway, when the rest of the world's way above that. But once they start targeting those ships, but only like they're so close right now. You'll see they're holding that stuff back. He said, "Wow, 170. Um, it's starting to be cheap here in America. Wow." He said, "Now the minimum. That's crazy, man." But I know y'all right because hey, I remember taking my kids to what's the name of that seafood restaurant over there in America that's popular? I don't even know if it's still open anymore. You know, Red Lobster. I took my three daughters. Well, I had four daughters and our niece there, and that was $80. But hell, that was 2000. That had to be 2009. No, they're not going to do it, but it stands. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, he said, did anyone in your family accept the challenge to come visit the Philippines? They're not going to do it. Anybody in my family, I'm talking about anybody, even if you're a cousin of mine, and you say, hey, man, I want to come to the Philippines to see what it's like, I'm going to buy their round trip ticket. They're never going to do it, man. We're so closed-minded. But here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about raffling off a round trip ticket. Now, y'all hear me saying this. You're going to, if somebody else does it, you say they got it from me. I'm thinking about raffling off a round trip ticket from the States to the Philippines. Just say $1,500, right? And if you want to join, it's $10, $15, maybe 20 since it's 2026. How would y'all think that would play? And the money I'm going to use, of course, for my spin wheel, but I just want to do it for somebody over there who otherwise can't afford it. I just don't want to ask people, hey, let's put in and send Robert Dame to the Philippines. No, I would rather raffle the round trip ticket, wherever you coming from. Okay, up to like 1,500, I guess. And would be like, okay, $20 a chance. Because some guys really can't afford it. But it's only for the plane ticket. You gotta have your own. But if you come to San Carlos City, obviously you can stay in the guest house. It wouldn't cost you anything. But your food and stuff. He said simps are the ones that wins in the Philippines. Alphas are the ones that struggle. You can't get something for nothing. Yeah, this is the crazy stuff. That I don't understand about this new generation. They think you're a simp because you take care of your woman. That's being a man. Okay? I'm not going to be... There's some crazy people that come over here. I told y'all about the guy. This is a true story. This guy just happens to be white. This isn't all white guys. He's from Oklahoma City. He comes to visit his girlfriend in a little place called Zamboanguita. It's in Negros Oriental. It's right up the street, about 28, 30 kilometers from Dumaguete. Don't you know this fool bought a tent all the way to the Philippines and stayed in this woman's front yard with her family like that? Too damn cheap to buy a hotel room. This is what some of you fuckers do out there. Then you get in my live stream talking about we simps. Then the next morning they get up and go to McDonald's. Now this is his first time coming here, so everybody's with him. The two sisters, the girlfriend and him. And don't you know he buys the girlfriend and him something, but not the two sisters. This is the games y'all play, you cheap bastards out there. Then you want to get all up in my comments and call me a simp. Stay the fuck away from me. Don't even come over here with that type of attitude. Pitiful. That's just pitiful right there. Okay, I'm telling you now. You say, yeah. He said, Cal, you called it. You said that deal was gonna fail. Yeah, was gonna fall. What are you saying? You talking about me offering the money? Is that what the trip to the Philippines? Yeah, Red Lobster used to be good, man. Yeah, it's hard to find a privileged girl over here, though. That would drive me crazy over here. Because a lot of times when the women ask you for shit over here, they don't even know what to ask you for. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Look, me and Marilyn been together for over 7 years. There's nothing I haven't shown her. Taking her out of the country, everything, man. And don't you know, okay, I bought Marilyn some Jordans. They had Jordans on sale in SM in Iloilo. I think they were normally like 6,300 something, but it was 30% off. These are the new ones. So it came down to like 4,400. Man, don't you know? She didn't even want to wear the damn shoes. She didn't even want them to touch the ground. I'm like, Marilyn, that's what shoes are. Put them on. I bought her some makeup. The popular makeup over here, whatever it is, BLK or whatever. She takes a picture of it and puts it on the Facebook. This is who you're going to deal with when you get over here. They're not used to stuff like that, guys. If I had a privileged woman over here, man, it would drive me crazy. I wouldn't even know what one would be over here. She would only be privileged, she'd have to come from like a privileged family or something. But the women you're going to meet on their dating site, they're not privileged, man. They're just not used to nothing, man. That's the cute part of it. Merlin's like a little child when I do stuff like that for her. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Because it's not real. It's all a show. It's all fake. I couldn't watch. Okay, if anybody watched the Senate hearing with Hegseth, man, why are we allowing people like this in our government? This guy's the Secretary of War, of Defense. Imagine him. We got some cowards, man, in this government now, man. I don't even like to think about it. It makes me so mad. They use his own words against him. It's like, I thought you said that the Iran army said on March the 8th, only so many days after the war started, you said that you had obliterated the Iran army and it was no longer of any use. Now you're sitting here asking us for $86 billion more dollars. Was that a true statement? And he starts going off on some tangent, man. Like, y'all fools, man. I can't watch it. Yeah, this is real, man. I need to do this. He said it's a good idea, mate, for someone who's never been. It's a great idea. I mean, even if somebody's coming back, I'm going to do it, you know. I don't care about the haters, man. I just want to do this for somebody out there who can't afford to come. I don't have the extra money. Even if you can, imagine if you got a round trip ticket for $20. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, set some limits. So it's got to be at least 100 people. Okay, I'll just give everybody their money back. But any extra money I'm going to use for my spin wheel, but I just really want to help somebody. I don't ever see anybody doing that like that, anything like that over here. People here, they don't give back. They give very little back. I'm like, dude, your whole content is on the Philippines and the culture and the people. That's why Maryland's not shocked when we go somewhere. We was in Iloilo. People recognize me there, man, because I help a lot of people. I want to shout out Dave I met at the gym, man. This guy's a freak of nature, okay? He's 66 years old. He's got working out to a science, man. This guy's in great shape, man. At 66. I'm talking about the diet and everything. He's in great, excellent shape. He'll run circles around me. What are you cooking in that fish? Don't put that on there. Put that on him. Yeah, I'm going to do that, man. He said, do that, Cal. He said, I'll pitch it. I am, man. He said, he said, I'm down. He said, no, it wouldn't be a disaster. He said, that would be a disaster, though. People that are that broke would come here and fall on their face. Now, we're just talking about for a trip. They'll tell me when they're coming for the 2 weeks. It's not to come here to live, Michael Beecher life. Come on, man. It's for a trip. We're talking about, okay, say for instance, they say, okay, well, when can you come? And they're going to be, okay, March 6th to March 20. And that'll be it. Imagine, though, it's not for broke people. That would be different if I just pick somebody and say, okay, here, man, I'm going to give you a round trip ticket. What we're doing is we're going to raffle a round trip ticket off. Somebody like Q might win the raffle. Or Jeffrey Taylor might win it. Or Roger Walker might win it. These guys got their own money. No, it wouldn't be a disaster. They're not coming over here to live. He said they'd be afraid of. Well, they could just take the 1,500 then. They would just take the 1,500 then. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know this. We know this. But because the oil is sold on a global scale, it affects the oil prices in America. Even though we don't get it from Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, it still affects our gas and oil prices. Yeah, the 6 years coming up. He said, speaking of which, isn't the 6-year anniversary spin one coming up soon? Yeah. Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't know who's going to be the winner, man. We're not talking about putting money together like and getting Robert Dame. Or, I would love to even do that, but that would be something like what you're talking about. But we're talking about raffling off a round trip ticket to the Philippines. Anybody could win that. But it would be only for a certain amount of time, 2 weeks or whatever it is. We can't be responsible for grown men, Mike. But who wouldn't want a round trip ticket to the Philippines for $20 and versus $1,200 or $1,500? What happened? What are you doing? Oh, you getting it? Okay. Go. See you later. I'm just thinking outside the box. I mean, it wouldn't have nothing to do with. I wouldn't feel guilty. I'd feel happy to help somebody do that. Because there's a lot of armchair bros looking now who just want to come here. They may have the 1,500, but then they don't have the money for the hotel or to get nothing to eat. So if you give them the plane ticket, then they got money, for somewhere to stay and everything. Yeah, this is bad right here. I don't get it either. He said, I'm tired of people saying simps. It's our money, we earned it. Some of us enjoy taking care of our girl and spending money on her. Nothing wrong with that. This is the craziest thing that I've ever seen. Whoever even came up with that word? Everybody can't be a simp. I mean, it's like these are the type of guys I wouldn't even hang with. Okay, let alone be associated with. These are the ones you're gonna end. These are the ones like that guy I met in Boracay who thinks he's slick. Man, you ain't slick. You know who you are. I ought to put your face out there. I already did, but it was part of videos before I even knew you was up to your fucking games. It's people like him that's walking around over there, bums, basically. Gonna sit there, the first time I'm sitting there getting ready to eat breakfast. And he kept going back and forth because I see him out of the corner of my eye. He recognizes me. I guess he's getting his courage up to come up to me. So he comes up to me, hey, aren't you Sunshine Shows, blah, blah, blah. So he sits down and he starts talking, right? So I'm getting ready to get my breakfast. I said, okay, you want something, man? And so he ordered a mango shake. So they bring in a mango shake. Okay, when we finished talking, and he's talking all this big stuff. Oh, I'm in law school, and I'm into this, I'm into that. I'm looking for a property, right? Now, realizing I have a, photographic memory. I'm remembering everything you telling me. So the next day, because the food was so good, it's a Jammers. I said, okay, I'm going back. I'll just get something else. So I'm going, and here he comes again. Oh, where you going? I'm going to eat breakfast, man. So I sit down, so I didn't even look back. I'm thinking he done kept going. Well, I sit down and here he comes. Now he's got the same clothes on. And then I look at his hands. They're all beat up. And I'm thinking to myself, this fool ain't in no law school. And so he picks up his phone, not realizing, look, guys, if I'm on my phone, okay, I'm going to show you something. This is how people think you stupid. If I call a number on my phone and I'm talking on it, you see the light is on here. Well, so I'm eating. So then the man comes around. What you want? Blah, 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 blah. So I ordered my stuff. He orders his. Well, they put his prop on my bill, 280 pesos. Because I'm like, well, damn, why is my bill so high? I didn't care. So I said, okay, you just give me the 280. Because he says this, oh, you put it on his bill? Well, just give me the 280, man. No, he picks up the phone like he's talking to somebody. Now he don't know who I am. Now he's sitting there. What's the name of your channel again? Because whoever he's talking to, he's telling them to follow my channel. I said, this guy's full of shit. So then he knocks over his drink and it's all over the table and make him mad. I just got up and left, man. These are the kind of people who you run into over here, who think that you stupid, who don't have any money, who try to play on you and your kindness. But yeah, I'm tired of hearing the simple word too. He said, Cal, if they can't afford to pay the ticket to come over, they probably can't afford to pay. Well, how do you know who's going to win the ticket, guys? You don't know that. Okay? I'm not just going to have it for broke people, guys. Come on, man. Open your head. Open your minds, guys. Okay? I'm saying I'm going to do it in hopes that the winner is somebody who wants to come over, who may not can't afford just the ticket right now. But we don't know who's going to win the ticket, guys. It's not just for broke people. We're not just going to have the raffle for broke people. Then I wouldn't sell enough tickets. Okay? Stop with all this no good deed goes unpunished stuff, man. What are y'all talking about? Good deeds are performed every single day. There's something called, to all you people who always talk about no good deed goes unpunished. First of all, explain that to me. Don't just say it. Explain it. Because there's another law out here called the law of compensation. And the law of increasing returns. Okay? That I can clearly explain that to you. Okay? When you help other people, you help yourself. I don't care what your motive is. It's going to come back. Sometimes 1,000 times more. Okay? Yeah, 10 on the front yard. These guys are pitiful. These guys are pitiful. They don't have no they don't have no conscience, man. Okay, these are guys who are trying to get something for nothing. Now he's a younger guy. He was younger than me at the time. Now he already got 2 teenage kids, a girl and a boy. You know, I met them before. They came to my house in America. But anyway, so he already got snipped. The woman he's dealing with was young at the time. She was only like, if my wife at the time was 26, she was 30 then. Wanting children and everything. Some of these guys, man, like I said, these Filipinos, they just, I feel sorry for some of them. Because they have no idea who they're going to pick out of that dating pool, man. It's some slimy, no good, sorry bastards that end up over here. Lying to these women, you know, fooling with these women, man. But the good ones were simps. He said the raffle ticket would be great, but you'd have to have it like an entire planned trip, as most don't have a clue stepping off the plane, so a guided excursion laid out for them. Yeah, but you don't understand, guys. We don't know who's going to win the ticket. If somebody wins the ticket and then says, hey, man, you know, I've never been to the Philippines before, can you kind of help me? Then, yeah, we would do that. But what if Q won the ticket? What if you won the ticket, Paul? Or Michael Beach Your Life won the ticket? It's not just for broke people. I'm just saying I would hope that maybe somebody would win who's never been here before who wants to come. But the raffle's for anybody. It's not just for new people. I mean, come on, guys. I didn't say that. Y'all done closed y'all mind completely to what this is all about. I would join that. If somebody did a raffle and say, hey, Cal, you know, I got a raffle, you know, a round trip ticket to the Philippines. $20 per raffle ticket, okay? The raffle is going to be, you know, November such and such, right? And then I'll make, I'll say some stipulations. You got to make your plans, within the next, 90 days, okay? Or you can take the money without taking the trip. I think it out. Because what I'm going to do, I'll probably have a members only live stream and let some people, we'll kind of like brainstorm on what, how what it would look like and all the particulars and stuff. But don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink it. Yeah, he said, I have the privileged girl that grew up with maids doing everything for her. Yeah, I don't know what that would look like. That would drive me crazy. And I don't know. I don't think I'd want that. I don't think I'd want that because I came over here with something different. I don't want, that's how American women are. He said, I'm going to do a raffle 1 free day off the hamster wheel. Yeah, anything, we don't help each other enough. I don't think we do. Kevin Strong said something, man, yeah, just help yourself and help your family the best you can. But then I wouldn't be doing anything different than anybody else. And even the worst man on the planet probably does that. A Vietnam veteran said, man, once we realize that we're all in this together, our lives would change forever, man. We would be on a whole different plane of living, of thinking, of everything. Guys, listen to this, man. This is my philosophy. This is where I'm coming from. We're only on this earth for a short time. I would never mistreat anybody. I'm only going to treat you good because the ultimate punishment is death anyway. You're going to die. You're only going to be here a short time. I'm not going to mistreat you. That shows you how wicked some of these people are, man. We're only here a very short time, a blink of an eye. Why would I want to make your life any worse than it's going to be while you're on this path? I'm only going to try to make it better. That's just where I come from, man. That's how I was raised. But you got people who know you're going to die under the best of circumstances. You're going to die. You got to have the best life it is. And they still want to make your life miserable. They still want to treat you cruel and put you down. It's crazy to me, man. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Man, people don't read. People don't read. He said, when we're going to do that book count? I did a book, man. People don't read. They don't, I appreciate all the support I've got, for the book, the little series I did, but it doesn't matter. People just don't read Baby Knockout. And no, but see, that's why raffle is for, though. It's not really pushback. But it doesn't matter. We're not responsible for that, Mike. Y'all overthinking it. Y'all going way out from far than what we're trying to do. We're just trying to raffle a round trip ticket to the Philippines. Maybe because I said, hey, in hopes of maybe somebody. See, at first I said I was thinking about, asking the community to all chip in and buy somebody like Robert Dame, somebody who really wants to come to the Philippines but can't afford to come, a ticket. Maybe that's what's got you going in that direction. But then I said, a better idea would be if I could just raffle off a round trip ticket for $20 to the Philippines. Anybody could win that. Okay, we don't know who's going to win. Okay? It could be somebody that's broke, but it could be somebody like I Love LaChan. It could be somebody like Sydney. My friend Sydney, my friend Alan, who's a multi-millionaire. Anybody who puts their $20 in the and buys the raffle ticket has a chance to win. It's not just for broke people. A broke person is not going to have a better chance of winning than anybody else. That's all I'm saying. No, but we're saying, guys, look, y'all done just blew this out of. Look, listen. It's going to be for 1,500, man, my man. Okay, it doesn't matter if it fluctuates or not. It's going to be for 1,500 or up to 1,500. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So if it's 1,700, then you get a $200 round trip ticket. Y'all overthinking it. It's not that complicated, guys. Yeah, it would be round trip on the house. It would be, okay, we're going to do a raffle for a round trip ticket to the Philippines. $20 per ticket. Okay, no matter where you're coming from, no matter where you're coming from, up to 1,500. If they don't, whoever, y'all guys are crazy. Let's just forget about this for right now. Because once I get everything together, I'm going to do it. He said they got to have a passport. If they don't have a passport, damn it, they can just take the 1,500. Hassan, come on, guys. Y'all crazy. I already said that. Oh, this is crazy. Y'all crazy, man. I mean, some of you guys, I would hate to have been married to y'all. No wonder why y'all single. Yeah, right. If they win it, he says, look, if you win it, you can give it to someone else who doesn't have the money to come to the Philippines. Right. Or whatever. I just don't understand why y'all making it so complicated, guys. It's not that complicated. But hey, I got to get out here, guys. I'm going to eat. Marilyn bought my favorite fish, man. That red snapper really is what it would be over in America. And she cooks it perfect, man. It's crunchy. It's the only time I eat fried food. But we got the olive oil. I mean, the fish is so good. I mean, if you ever had it, it's orange. If you go to the market and you get that orange, fish is high over here now compared to what it used to be. But I think this is like 400 pesos per kilo or something like that. It might be a little bit more. But it's so delicious, man. It's so flaky. He said, I'm putting in overtime with the stream. I'm at FedEx now. You seen how far I came, Unc? Yeah, early wake up. I hear you, man. I already do that, Cisco. We've already given away 3 million. Okay? Y'all just making it, y'all just complicating it. I mean, if y'all want to help the local people, help them. You don't have to do it in a raffle. But y'all taking the whole raffle and taking it in a whole different direction. Okay? That's all y'all doing, man. Don't do that, guys. Hey, thank y'all. Okay, have a comfortable trip, Jeffrey. I know you coming over here. Let me know where you are. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Thank y'all. Appreciate the super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support. It's not worth the risk, guys. we got to start being a little bit more cautious, man, when we coming over here jumping in bed with these women. I've done it, man. You know, I'm just one of the fortunate ones, but there's people out there right now who aren't so fortunate. You might have herpes now, you don't know it because you don't go to the doctor. How would you know? I think it would be good, man. I think it would, because we could really do a whole lot of stuff, you know, when you look at, see, the thing about when you help the locals, okay, when you specifically help the locals, because I've done it, guys, you're always going to choose the wrong person to help. That's why I do the spin wheel and be done with it. The spin wheel is never wrong. But everybody else I helped that my ad said, oh, let me help with um the locals, let me help with their situation, fuck me over. Every last one of them, man. Okay? So if you say, okay, I'm going to give this local, who would I give it to, first of all? Okay? My picker's broke over here. I refuse to do it. I refuse to go out here on the street and say, yeah, I'm going to help that person right there. Even though I do it, I give them a few dollars. But I don't change their life like we've changed lives over here. This community has. And every time we've been fucked over, man. Not one time. Not once can I say, oh, it worked. Not with Gail. Not with the woman with cancer. Not with baby Denise and her mother. Not with Rick, the taxi. All that we've done, guys, they fucked us over because you don't know people. Okay, so I would never do that ever again. So I just put extra money on the spin wheel. But take care, y'all. Yeah, you can't tell. You're right, Thomas. Who's going to do the right thing? Or what state of mind they're in? I'm just going by my heart, but I never do that again. No. Every last one of them. Not one of them, man, y'all just don't know. I had Gail set up so good. And baby Denise and her mother, they fucked me over so bad that they would have never had to do anything for the rest of their life, but to save their soul, they couldn't do the right thing.